Hey travelers, Mag and I here on day 155 of our trip around the United States. This morning, we're getting things started off from here in Siloam Springs, right on the western edge of Arkansas. From here, we're going to be crossing into Oklahoma and starting into our miles for the day. We have 260 miles to cover through Oklahoma today as we drop steadily south and west through the state on the southern end of the counties and the pages that we've already covered on previous trips. Our day is going to come to an end when we reach Seminole. We started off the day with Sanferic. We grabbed a couple of geocaches on our way through Springdale and Fayetteville before dropping him off at the airport to head back to Jacksonville. As soon as he got out of the car with his bags and left, I-chan jumped into the passenger seat and looked just as happy as could be to be sitting shotgun once again. Little does she know that that is not going to last. We only have 5 days in Oklahoma before we're going to meet up with Skeletor 10 and take on the northern counties in Texas. While we are done with Missouri for this year, we are not quite done with Arkansas yet. After we come through Oklahoma and Texas, we're going to swoop back in and finish off the southern counties and pages in Arkansas before dropping down into Mississippi. We had a good run through the northern end of the state, and we saw a lot of beautiful sights, just like we're seeing right now. And I expect we're still going to see a lot of beautiful sights when we come into the southern end of the state. But for now, we're going to see what Oklahoma has in store for us. So let's go check it out together. Come on, let's go.
Located in Benton County, within the furthest northwest corner of Arkansas, the city of Siloam Springs boasts a population of around 18,000. The first sight to greet you upon coming into town is a tribute to the National Guard's 142nd Field Artillery Brigade. The one thing that immediately stood out about this city were the amazing murals to be found practically around every corner. The city has invested a lot of effort with local artists to incorporate murals, sculptures, natural elements, and showcase pieces that reflect the community throughout the area. While the murals are the most obvious, if you pay close attention while making your way around town, you may also notice the storm drains and many colorful rocks all around. The downtown area looks like a scene you should expect to see in a postcard. Victorian-style buildings run right up against the edge of parks lining Sager Creek, including Memorial Park and Twin Springs Park. A great place to take the family or your energetic dog out for a walk and enjoy some sunshine. Or, as we like to do, enjoy some geocaches. We only made a handful of finds this morning in Arkansas before crossing into Oklahoma, but they were all pretty darn good finds. As you can see, this large beast was not lacking for swag in the least. Nor was this treasure of an ammo can that we were able to locate amongst all these vintage goods. When a day starts off with finds like these, it is a clear sign that it is going to be a fantastic day of geocaching. Now, having tracked down all of the remaining geocaches on our target list here in the northwest corner of Arkansas, it was time to get started into the Oklahoma part of our journey. And we had barely made it across the state line before we were already tracking down our first find. Things are running as smooth as a geocacher could hope for.
And there it is, our first find in Oklahoma. Let the fun for this state begin.
I think, just maybe, there's time enough for I-chan and I to make one more find before we hit the trails and begin to squeeze in some hiking time for our morning. One spot that we knew we could not resist the opportunity to see was the Natural Falls State Park. Located within the Ozark Highlands region, the Natural Falls State Park features a stunning 77-foot waterfall cascading through rock formations and creating a hidden, serene atmosphere at the bottom of a narrow, V-shaped valley. While we knew the flow would not be too heavy today, we were still happy to follow the bridges and the railed walkways to the observation platforms to view the waterfall area from above. Then we made our way slowly down the trail so that we could get to the observation platform under the falls as well. Hiking along the trail, there was a sense of familiarity that I could not quite place my finger on. It was not until later I discovered why this was. One of my favorite books growing up was Where the Red Fern Grows, which had also been made into a movie in 1974. Many of the scenes from that movie, which I had seen several times, had actually been filmed right here in the park. After enjoying the nostalgic, beautiful view, we made our way into the city of Tahlequah, the heart of the Cherokee Nation. Not only is Tahlequah the county seat of Cherokee County, but it is also the capital of two federally recognized Cherokee tribes, the modern Cherokee Nation and the United Kiowa Band of Cherokee Indians. The 2003 virtual cache here consists of 3 stages, having finders visit the Cherokee National Capitol, the Cherokee Supreme Court Building, and the Cherokee National Jail. Although the answers to the virtual are fairly easy to acquire, we took the time to visit all 3 of the museum locations, each of which are free to the public. Restored and opened in 2019, the new Cherokee National History Museum resides in the original Cherokee National Capitol building. It provides 7,000 square feet of timeless art and tribal heritage to explore. In addition to the rich history of the Cherokee people you can learn about here, there are also interactive exhibits to take lessons in authentic arts and crafts, study the Cherokee language, and learn about the modern era of the Cherokee Nation. All of the staff here were very knowledgeable about the history of the Cherokee people and were more than happy to answer any questions we had. On the walk between the 3 museum locations, you can enjoy a stroll through the Cherokee Art Park and Cultural Pathway. This relatively new addition to the Capitol showcases the work of Cherokee Nation's many talented artists. The goal of this art walk, clearly achieved, had been to create a space where all people feel welcome to gather, enjoy public art, and learn about the deep history of the Cherokee Nation. Then we made our second stop along the virtual tour at the Cherokee National Supreme Court Building. Built in 1844, this is Oklahoma's oldest government building still standing today. The exhibits here feature the original printing press of the Cherokee Advocate newspaper, along with authentic works from the Cherokee Phoenix and other newspapers, and tell the story of the Cherokee judicial system, with vintage photos and historical items helping to bring it all to life. For the last stop of the virtual tour, we found ourselves in the Cherokee National Prison, but much like playing a game of Monopoly, we were just visiting. The final answer needed to complete the virtual is within about 5 feet of the entrance, but there is no way we could stop without exploring this entire place. Historically, the Cherokee people had always preferred corporal punishment, viewing imprisonment as barbaric. It was not until the mid-1700s that they had even considered the idea as a way to hold the enemies of the British people. The construction of the first Cherokee prison never occurred until 1873, when enough money was allocated to begin the construction. It was completed in 1875, with the first prisoner being sent to the building about a year later, and ran until 1898, when it was shut down as a result of the Curtis Act. It saw a wide variety of uses over the years, including as an orphanage, an asylum for the mentally ill, office spaces, an adult learning center, and now as a museum.
I'm kind of giddy with excitement right now. Coming to town, I noticed there was a brand new geocache that just published yesterday. No log history on it. Now I know there's a risk that somebody's come and hasn't logged it. We've all seen that before, but I'm hopeful. Fingers crossed. Let's dive in. Let's see what we got. Can I get a drum roll? Look at that. That is a blank log. First day in Oklahoma, FTF. Oh yeah.
Our last stop of the day would be in pursuit of another virtual at the Muskogee War Memorial Park, home of the USS Batfish. And if you have any interest in completing this virtual cache, you are going to want to do it soon. They will be moving their location to the Port Muskogee Three Forks Harbor within the next 6 months. And since there is no indication that this virtual cache is maintained, chances are the location will not be updated with the move. Needless to say, the Muskogee War Memorial Park is one of Muskegee's most unique attractions. The main attraction being the USS Batfish, an actual World War II submarine responsible for sinking 3 enemy subs and 11 other enemy vessels during World War II. As a result of this record, the Batfish and its crew were decorated with 9 battle stars, 1 Navy Cross, 4 Silver Stars, 10 Bronze Stars, and a Presidential Unit Citation. This is far from the only thing to be able to see and enjoy here, however. The interior of the museum is absolutely jam-packed with military artifacts, making it clear why they need to move to a new location in the near future. Walking out the back door, you can reflect upon the 52 Monument, a series of plaques dedicated to each submarine the United States lost during World War II. You will also be able to see many other items from the war, including a self-propelled howitzer, underwater mines, and cannon missiles. There is a lot to see and learn about here, as each item seen represents a significant piece of military history. For example, the Memorial Park includes a piece of the USS Oklahoma, which was sunk on December 7th of 1941 in Pearl Harbor. That small salvaged piece of the ship represents the stories of over 429 sailors who lost their lives during the attack on Pearl Harbor that day.
All right, travelers, that is the wrap to another day out here on the road and our first full day geocaching in Oklahoma. And who would have thought, coming into Oklahoma, a very landlocked state, that we would find ourselves in front of a submarine? I certainly wouldn't have called that one. It turned out to be a very fantastic day. We made our way into the heart of the Cherokee Nation. We got to explore 3 museums there, all for free, and all gave us a good history of the Cherokee people, which is a big influencing factor for the history of Oklahoma in general. From there, we've made our way into Muskogee, where we're finishing things off at the Muskogee War Memorial right in front of the USS Batfish. We still have about 4 counties left to go to complete our day, which is probably right on time for us. We hope you guys have enjoyed this tour as much as we have. We've still got 4 more days coming up in Oklahoma before we meet up with Skeletor 10 and start our way into Texas. I can't wait to see what each day has in store. Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trails.